If dating feels like an emotional roller coaster, this video is for you. Some people describe dating as exhausting, others describe dating as exciting. If you have anxious attachment, honestly, dating very often feels like high hope followed by deep uncertainty. You know how it is. You just meet someone, you connect, you feel the potential, and then you start noticing all of these small shifts, a slower reply, a change in tone, postponed plans, you know how it is, and it feels huge. In the end, you start adjusting yourself just to keep the connection alive. If it feels familiar, then you are not broken. Trust me, there is nothing wrong with you. It's just your anxious attachment. So in this video, we will look at 5 common mistakes that anxious attachers make in dating. It's not about shaming anxious attachers. I used to have anxious attachment too, but it's all about understanding it. But before I start, very quickly, I want to invite you to my private secure attachment community called Secure Connection Club. For just $10, you can connect with me and with others on the same journey, and you can get access to my complete training from anxious to secure. All of these lessons are here. Apart from this 1-hour training session, you can also get access to 2 of my ebooks and some journaling prompts. With time, there will be more resources, and of course, you can connect with others. So it's definitely the place to be if you want to become more secure. If you want to check it out, just check out the link in the description under this video. But for now, let's go back to the video you came here to watch. Mistake number 1 is investing too fast, too soon. A common anxious attachment pattern is a very quick emotional investment, and we all know that. You meet someone, you feel a spark, and you just quickly imagine a future. You share deeply, you adapt quickly, and you start prioritizing them very early. You are not desperate, but it's just your attachment system. You basically learn that connection can disappear, so you just try to secure it very quickly. The problem is that fast bonding often skips the stage of observing consistency. You connect to potential and not the actual pattern of that person. So you bond to hope, not reality. And later, if the other person pulls back, especially when they are avoidant, it just feels devastating. Not just disappointing, it's just devastating because your system is already deeply attached. My recommendation is that you should definitely let connection unfold slowly. Secure attachment doesn't rush emotional fusion. It allows time to reveal character, consistency, and emotional capacity. So the secure approach is to enjoy the connection while keeping your own life full. Let them initiate too. Just notice whether their words and actions match over time. It's just about a bit slower pacing. It's not about playing games. It's creating space for actual reality to show itself. Mistake number 2 is over-interpreting every signal. Anxious attachment often turns small events into just big meaning. Delayed text becomes loss of interest. Someone is not texting you and you just think that they don't like you anymore. A short reply becomes annoyance. A very quiet day becomes emotional distance. I know how it feels because I've been there, but honestly, over-interpreting every kind of interaction, it's like thinking that one wrong move could destroy everything and the entire connection. On the other hand, the secure person actually separates facts from stories. So instead of filling in blanks, secure people ask direct questions. Hey, is everything okay? It's simple, it's calm, and there is no emotional weight. They also tolerate uncertainty without forcing immediate resolution. It just keeps communication clean and it prevents building entire narratives on small moments. Another mistake that I have to mention is chasing when someone pulls away. When an avoidant or inconsistent partner pulls back, anxious attachment moves forward. If you are anxious, you know what I'm talking about. It's more texts, more checking, more explaining, and just more effort. But on the other hand, chasing increases pressure, which often creates more withdrawal. You know how it is. That cycle between anxious people and avoidance is very common, but you have to understand that chasing is not about being needy. It's actually about trying to become safe. You are trying to become safe. What you can do is to actually pause instead of pursuing. Secure attachment responds to distance with steadiness. It allows space. It observes whether the person returns with consistency. It doesn't collapse, but it doesn't chase either. And there is one quote that I want you to remember. If connection is real, it can handle breathing room. There is nothing wrong with a little bit of space. Mistake number 4 is hiding needs to avoid rejection. Many anxious attachers don't actually express their needs clearly. Instead, they just hope, they overgive, or they suppress their needs to avoid being too much. In the end, all of your needs are unmet and your anxiety just keeps on growing. So unspoken needs keep relationships unclear. On the other hand, secure attachment expresses needs simply and clearly. You can say something like, I enjoy being close. I would like more consistent communication with you. So it's not blaming someone or saying something like, you are never texting me back, you are taking hours to reply. It's just being honest and clear with the communication. If you say something like that, it just allows the other person to respond honestly and it gives you real information about their capacity. Because if the connection is real, they have to understand that you have your needs too, and there is nothing wrong with the fact that you have your needs. The last mistake that I want to mention is staying too long in inconsistent connections. Anxious attachment often holds on to potential. He'll change, she just needs time, it will get better, I just need a little bit more time, I need to be a bit more patient, they will change. And you stay in uncertainty longer than it actually feels good. You tolerate all of the breadcrumbs, you normalize instability, not because you lack standards, but because your system fears loss more than misalignment. What would the secure person do? Well, they would choose consistency over hope and potential. Secure attachment values consistency more than intensity. If someone cannot meet emotional needs, secure person accepts that information and just moves on. In the end, leaving someone is not a punishment, it's self-alignment. Security says, I care, and I also choose relationships that feel steady. The main takeaway I want you to get from this video is that if you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, you have to remember that there is nothing wrong with you, it's just your nervous system. Each secure shift that we discussed in this video is a small practical change, a pause, a question, a slower pace, and a boundary. Over time, all of these small shifts will reshape your attachment style. You don't have to chase love, you don't have to chase anyone, you don't have to guess where you stand. You just get to build relationships that feel calm, mutual, and real. And once you approach it in that way, that's the move from anxious to secure. I really hope that this quick video was helpful, and of course, if you want to get access to more resources, join the Secure Connection Club. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. See you next time.